this upcoming Saturday night from T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time. It'll be available on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view, brought to you by MP Promotions and TGB Promotions. Yesterday, you heard from both main event combatants of Manny Pacquiao, the 8th Division World Champion, and the reigning WBA Welterweight Champion of the world, Cuba's own Yordanis Ugas. Today, you're going to hear from the men involved in the pay-per-view portion. And when I look at this pay-per-view card, all 4 fights, one thing that I can guarantee you is you are going to get entertainment. All 6 guys on the podium here love to bring it. They throw a lot of punches, and they know what's on the line to be fighting on a stage of this magnitude. Just to give you an idea of what you can expect on Saturday night on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view, our co-main event, this is a fight that, man, am I excited for. It's a throwback fight with 2 guys who have so much to gain, and it features the former world champions and all-action welterweights, Robert the Ghost Guerrero, taking on vicious Victor Ortiz in a 10-round welterweight matchup. Also, the Filipino contingency will be on display aside from Manny Pacquiao, as undefeated Filipino sensation Mark Magsayo takes on the former champion in Julio Ceja in a WBC featherweight title eliminator fight. To begin the evening, this fight got elevated here to the pay-per-view portion. Undefeated contender Carlos Castro will take on the former title challenger Oscar Escandon in a 10-round featherweight showdown. Tickets for Saturday night's event, they can be purchased at t-mobilearena.com or axs.com, and also brought to you by TGB Promotions, President Tom Brown, Vice President Brittany Goosey Brown, and MP Promotions. Let's get underway with our first fight. This is a featherweight matchup. This man with a record of 26 wins, 5 losses, 18 wins coming by way of knockout. He's gone up against the likes of Gary Russell Jr., Brandon Figueroa, Tuxedo Nyambayar, and most recently knocked out and beat the previously unbeaten Jack Tapora, a native of Colombia, trained under the guidance of Ruben Guerrero, the father of Robert Guerrero. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Oscar Escandon. Oscar.
Bueno, primero que todo le quiero dar gracias a Dios por esta oportunidad que me dio de estar en este evento tan grande.
First of all, I want to thank God for being this great event and being in this arena.
Le quiero dar las gracias también a mi manager, a Luis de Cuba.
Also want to thank my manager, Luis de Cuba,
A Dos Santos. A mi profesor Rubén Guerrero. A mi compañero Robert El Ghost Guerrero.
and the coach Guerrero and Robert Guerrero,
Y a todo mi equipo de trabajo.
and my team.
Gracias a Dios por esta oportunidad que me dio. Hemos estado entrenando muy fuerte estamos entrenando para el 28 y pues, cambiaron las cosas y nos dieron para pelear en esta cartelera tan grande.
We're training for the 28th, but this is a bigger card, so I'm ready for this card to start.
Y estamos listos, hemos hecho las cosas muy bien, nos hemos preparado bien, gracias a Dios, un buen campamento y estamos haciendo más que suene la campana para hacer el trabajo y mostrar al público de lo que estamos hechos.
We're ready, we're super ready, we're excited. I'm just ready for the belt to start, to ring, and I'm excited, and I'm here for the W.
Muchas gracias. Saludos también por Showtime, todo pay-per-view, por la gran oportunidad que me dieron de estar en este evento tan grande.
Thanks everybody for the opportunity to be in this great event, and I'm ready.
All right, thank you very much to Oscar Escandon. For the rest of the fighters, so that we can move around this a little bit quicker, you guys can remain in your seats, and I will just introduce you and give opening comments so you can remain in your seats. Also want to thank the fine MGM staff here as well. They do a marvelous job being a host of Saturday night's event. This young man He's undefeated, 26-0 with 11 wins coming by way of knockout from Phoenix, Arizona. He picked up 2 wins last year by defeating Jesus Ruiz in February, and he halted longtime contender Cesar Juarez in July of last year. A big opportunity for him. There's a lot of excitement behind this young man. We are very pumped to be able to watch him display his talents against Oscar Escandon. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Carlos Castro. Carlos, give opening comments.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I just want to say thank you to my Lord Jesus Christ for this great opportunity. A dream come true for me, you know, to be on the stage with great ex-world champions, you know, fighters I've seen on TV, you know, display their talent. I'm grateful. Thanks TGB Boxing Promotions, Armbar Promotions, my team, Manny Robles, Legend Boxing. Thank everybody for the opportunity. You know, I've been training hard for an opportunity like this, and I don't plan on letting it go.
Carlos, for you, what does it mean fighting on pay-per-view? This is a massive stage. You guys will begin the pay-per-view portion of Manny Pacquiao, your Dennis Ugas. What does it mean for you to be fighting on pay-per-view?
You know, just on the opening fight, you know, I just think that we should bring in a great show and show the people what we're made of. You know, I'm not taking the other fighter lightly. You know, Escandon's faced world title challengers. He's been in the big stage. You know, I'm looking for the best fight possible, and this is one of the best fights there is. You know, I think everybody, and it just means a lot to be in the same arena, in the same stage as, like I said, as ex-world champions, you know, as a legendary Manny Pacquiao.
Do you like the fact that Oscar Escandon is the kind of fighter that likes to throw a lot of punches? He's not hard to find. He's aggressive. Do you like that? You're also Mexican. The fact that you guys are gonna go at it, and he's not gonna be difficult to find around that ring.
No, yes, of course. Like I said, he's a great fighter, strong fighter. You know, we're aware of that. But yeah, like you said, you know, it's gonna be a great fight. I hope you guys don't miss it because we're gonna put on a great show.
Oscar, you just picked up a win over Jack Tapora. He was undefeated. You stopped a 3-fight losing streak. How much confidence do you have heading into this matchup against your opponent in Carlos Castro?
Okay.
Bueno, la pelea con Jack Tapora fue una oportunidad que Dios me dio.
The fight with Tapora was an opportunity from God.
Y las cosas se dieron y sabía que iba a ganar esa pelea, pero no pensé que le iba a ganar tan rápido.
It was an easy fight. I didn't know I was going to beat him that quickly.
Y lo mismo pasa con Castro. Castro es un buen boxeador. Lo único que quiero es venir a hacer mi trabajo y hacer el trabajo que hice. Sé que es un buen boxeador, pero me confío en mi preparación.
Same thing with Castro, but I'm prepared. I'm here to beat him also and give the surprise.
How does he see the fight playing out on Saturday?
Lo único que quiero es llegar y hacer mi trabajo. Pedirle a Dios de que ya todo el trabajo, lo fuerte ya lo hicimos. Ahorita es salir a disfrutar la pelea.
The hardest part, I already did it in my camp, and now is to go and enjoy the fight.
And a prediction for Saturday night?
Muchas gracias. No me gustan predicciones.
I don't like to give predictions.
De hacer mi trabajo y hacer las cosas bien y que lo importante es que el público quede contento.
I'm just going to go out there and do my job, and I want the public to enjoy the fight.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Oscar. Carlos, for you, how do you see the fight playing out on Saturday against Oscar Escandon as you look to remain undefeated, probably attain your most high-profile opponent on your resume thus far?
No, yes, of course. Like I said, Oscar's a great fighter. He's proven it in the ring, you know. Like I said, he had a great camp. I had a tremendous camp, you know. Manny Robles taught me a lot. I had great sparring partners, you know. Like he said, I'll say it as well. You know, I'm just ready to put on a great show and show the people what I'm made of.
Excellent. Carlos Castro, ladies and gentlemen, and also his trainer Manny Robles, the former trainer of Andy Ruiz, and current trainer of Terrell Gachet, and also several other top fighters. Now we transition to our next matchup, and this one is going to be a barn burner because you have the rivalry of Mexico against the Philippines, and Manny Pacquiao in the main event he is no stranger to that country rivalry. But the man who we're getting ready to introduce, he has a record of 32 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, 28 wins, coming by way of knockout, coming back to the ring for the first time since 2019. He was involved, even though they didn't go his way, but they were memorable matchups against Brandon Figueroa and Guillermo Rigondeaux. 28 years of age from Guantan, Mexico, picked up a 122-pound championship by stopping Hugo Ruiz at a raucous Staples Center in Los Angeles. The one thing I'll tell you about the man known as Pollito is that this guy just loves to fight. And honestly, I think here in the featherweight division, it suits him even better. And you know what? We're looking forward to Julio Ceja and Mark Magsayo. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Mexico, the former world champion, Julio Ceja. Julio.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenas tardes a todos.
Good afternoon to everybody.
Primero que nada quiero empezar con los agradecimientos.
First of all, I want to thank
Quiero agradecer a la empresa PBC por esta oportunidad de pelear en esta cartelera.
PBC for having me in this undercard.
A Ryan Burton, que fue parte de todo esto.
Ryan Borto also.
Y bueno, detrás de todo esto sabemos que hay un sinfín de agradecimientos. Pero bueno, vamos a pasar a la pelea. Hicimos un gran campamento.
We did a great camp. I'm in great shape for this fight.
De la mano de el profesor Ismael Salas, de Juan Martínez, de Tomás Dolorme y de Eric Calderas.
I also want to thank Ismael Salas and Dolorme and all the team that prepared me for this fight.
Hicimos un campamento largo, un campamento especial. Estamos listos para ganar este sábado. Estamos motivados.
We're motivated. We're ready to win on this Saturday, and I had a great camp.
Por presentarnos en una cartelera de este nivel que es Pacquiao Ugas.
And I'm really happy to be here with Pacquiao and Ugas in the undercard.
Estamos seguros de lo que hicimos, de lo que trabajamos en el campamento.
We're sure about what we did in the camp. We're ready. We're prepared.
Vamos a aprovechar esta oportunidad y lo único que les puedo decir que vamos a ganar este fin de semana.
We're going to take advantage of this opportunity, and the only thing I can say is that we're going to win this Saturday night.
Gracias a todos por estar aquí presente.
Thanks everybody for being here.
Y nuevamente no se la pierdan porque venimos a ganar.
And once again, don't miss this fight because we're here to win.
Y sabemos que siempre México contra Filipinas es garantía de espectáculo.
And once again, Mexico versus Philippines is a guaranteed win.
Gracias.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much to Julio Ceja, who's very familiar with the rivalry between Mexico and the Philippines. To my right, this young man, 22 wins, no losses, 15 wins coming by way of knockout, fighting in the United States for the 5th time this year, owns a stoppage victory over a former title challenger, Chris Avalos. He's trained under the guidance of the Hall of Famer, Freddie Roach, at Wildcard Boxing Gym in Los Angeles. What I'll tell you about this young man, I've had the opportunity to really get to know him over the past year. He fought on FS1 back in October, a split decision win over Rigoberto Hermosillo. So he is familiar with the Philippines against the Mexico rivalry, but he's so excited, he's energetic. He loves being in the gym. When I went to see Manny Pacquiao a few weeks ago prior to his fight against Yordenis Ugas, Mark was smiling. He was training in the gym, hitting the heavy bag. This guy just loves to fight, and I believe he was born to be a prize fighter. Manny Pacquiao's very high on him, signing him to MP Promotions. He feels he could be a future world champion, but he can't achieve that if he doesn't get past Julio Ceja on Saturday night. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Metro Manila in the Philippines, the undefeated rising sensation, Mark Magnifico Magsayo.
Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon. First of all, I thank God for putting me here, and I'm thankful for the opportunity for giving me for Sean Gibbons. Thank you for making this fight, and to all my promoters, PBC and Manny Pacquiao. I'm so thankful that they give me an opportunity. I was dreaming this fight and praying that I hope that I'm the one of the undercard of Senator Manny Pacquiao, and now my dream has come true. So I'm gonna put my all best for this fight, and I'm sure I'm gonna win this fight. Thank you, everyone.
Mark, for you have been with Freddie Roach for some time now. How much have you grown since being with Freddie? I know that the fight that I did with you against Rigoberto Hermosillo in October, that was your first fight together back in October of last year. But over the course of that time period, how much have you learned and grown learning under Freddie and being in the Freddie Roach system?
I thank you for Coach Freddie for guiding me for whole training camp, and I'm so thankful that I have a legendary coach Freddie, and he teach me a lot of things about boxing, and he correct my mistakes, and because I'm a wild fighter before, when I see the opponent groggy, I follow up, and now he correct my mistakes. Yeah, all my punches now are accurate, and so I'm a better fighter now.
Fighting Julio Cejan, is this the kind of opponent that you feel you need to be able to punch your ticket to a world title opportunity? Because this is the BC Featherweight Championship of the World, currently held by Gary Russell Jr. What does that mean to you?
It's very good that if I win this fight, my dream is to become a world champion. So if I win this fight, I'm sure I'm gonna win this fight.
All right, well, now for you, Julio, your opponent, what does it mean for you knowing that if you win this fight against Mark Pacquiao and knock off an unbeaten up-and-coming fighter, that you will go ahead and become the #1 contender for the Featherweight Championship of the World?
Bueno, pues es una gran motivación, un extra, porque sabemos que viene la pelea grande, así es que estamos más motivados.
For me, it's a great opportunity. I'm really motivated, and I want to be a world champion also.
Y estamos listos para ganar y para
over Mark Pacquiao.
Pues bueno, sabemos que nosotros hemos enfrentado ya rivales de nivel, rivales duros, y los hemos aguantado. Yo creo que esa es la ventaja que tenemos nosotros, que hemos enfrentado obstáculos mayores.
The way I see this fight is that I've been with better opponents. I'm not talking about him, but I will be stronger and more physical in there than Masayo.
What's your prediction for Saturday night against Mark Pacquiao?
Ganar por nocaut.
Win by knockout.
Whoa, he's predicting a knockout victory over Mark Pacquiao. Mark, when you hear that, he says he's going to knock you out on Saturday.
Let's see what he does, and I'm gonna do my best to win this fight. And there's a big fight. This fight is a brawl fight. Watch that.
So do you have aspirations of knocking him out on Saturday?
I have.
So you're going to come out of Mexico and the Philippines. Well, that one should be a wonderful matchup. All action indeed. Well, when we talk about all action fights, the co-main event, and I got to tell you, it's hard for me to contain my excitement for the co-main event. This is a throwback, old school fight with two guys that are continuing to fight at this level. Damn, I'm excited. 10 rounds in the welterweight division right before Pacquiao and Ugas on Fox Sports BBC pay-per-view. This man, 32 wins, 6 losses, 3 draws, 25 wins coming by way of knockout. Former welterweight champion of the world, originally from Garden City, Kansas, now fighting out of Ventura, California. Won his title by defeating...
Correction.
Okay.
Out of the wild card boxing gym with
Yes.
Freddie Roach, there's no Ventura whatsoever.
Well, we'll get into you being with Freddie over the past couple of years. He won the title by defeating Andre Berto before losing the championship to Floyd Mayweather. He's no stranger to fighting here in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand. One thing I'll tell you about this fighter is that he's going to bring excitement, and the guy comes to fight. Victor Ortiz has been fighting at a very high level for a long time. We welcome him back to the ring after over 2.5 years away. He's now training, as he pointed out, under the guidance of Freddie Roach. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former world champion, Vicious Victor Ortiz.
Hello, how are you doing today? Thank you all for having me here. I don't really have much to say. Just I'm very grateful for this opportunity. Al Hamm, Sam Watson, PBC, and couldn't have done it without my team's preparations with Freddie Roach, Coach Marvin, Coach Pepe, Coach Speedy G, and Marie, of course. So I'm very happy to be here. And the one push that gave me the push of a lifetime is my two baby boys, Royal and Malachi. Without my victory. So thank you all.
Vicious Victor Ortiz, ladies and gentlemen. And the man to my right, his record 36 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw, 20 wins coming by way of knockout. A multiple division world champion from Gilroy, California. He has fought a stacked group of top level prize fighters ranging from Keith Thurman, also Floyd Money Mayweather. Most recently picked up a win. You got it?
Correction.
Correction? What's the correction?
Fighting out of Vegas.
You're fighting out of Vegas now. Okay, well, I'm all over the place. Originally from Gilroy, now fighting out of Las Vegas. Originally from Garden City, Kansas, now fighting out of Los Angeles. So let's go ahead and put that out there to clarify everything. So he's fighting out of here in Las Vegas. I mean, he's got wonderful homes as well. He picked up a unanimous decision victory over Gerald Thomas in September of 2019. One thing I'll tell you also about Robert the Ghost Guerrero is that the guy brings it all the time. He brings it. Doesn't matter what weight, doesn't matter what opponent, he brings it. And you know that he has his sights set on continuing to move forward with his career and take on high-level names, but he's got to get past Vicious Victor Ortiz. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of right here in Las Vegas, the former multiple division world champion, Robert the Ghost Guerrero.
Well, first of all, I just want to thank my Lord Jesus for the blessing that he's blessed us with, and I just want to thank him for who he is. You know, without God, there's no opportunity for none of us. There's no strength, so I want to make sure that's clear. Other than that, I just want to thank Al Heyman, Bob Santos, Louis DeCubas, my father, you know, for putting all the work they do into me, that they put into me, and making this happen. So thanks, Fox, and I just thank everybody. Thank all you for being here, and I'm ready to go. I trained hard. I've been training out here in Vegas for a while now, and man, it's incredible. It's incredible to be on this card, especially on the undercard of Manny, who possibly could be his last fight, which is, you know, it's an honor. So I'm excited about this opportunity, and I can't wait to go.
Well, we want to thank all the media as well for their coverage all week long and continuing with our coverage. But Robert, for you, when you got the call and they said the date of August 21, Victor Ortiz, what went through your mind?
Let's do it. I mean, that's the way I roll. I mean, you know, Victor, I got a lot of respect for Victor. You know, he's a great fighter. He comes to fight all the time. And knowing that he does that, it's going to be a great fight. And that's what the fans deserve, is great fights. So I'm excited about it. And like I said, I'm ready to go and put in the work that I need to put in. It's time.
Victor, for you, when you got the call and they said August 21, Robert Guerrero, co-main event of Manny Pacquiao's next fight, what went through your mind?
It's a great pleasure. I got to share the ring with another legend, you know. Why not? It's boxing.
Working with Freddie Roach, you've been away from the ring for over 2 years. What has that been like, and how much are you excited to be able to show the world what you've been working on over the past several years?
It's amazing, you know. I'm only focused on what Coach Freddie has me focused on, and myself. So at this point in time, like, I couldn't have said it any better. Robert Guerrero just talked about Jesus Christ, our Savior, and that's where I'm at. So we're ready to go. We put in the work. We did the homework. So
you're an aggressive fighter. He's an aggressive fighter. Is there any way that this is not a toe-to-toe battle? Because stylistically, it certainly seems that way.
Let's see Saturday night, bro.
And after assuming you're able to get victorious on Saturday, where do you see yourself over the next year? Because you're only 34 years of age. Where do you see yourself over the next few years when it comes to your professional career?
I made a promise to my babies. I'm going to reign for a decade. I'm back.
All right, Vicious Victor Ortiz with his comments. And for you, Robert, the same thing. I mean, you're in this stage of your career, assuming things go well for you on Saturday night against Victor Ortiz. Where do you see yourself over the next year or two?
Well, I see myself this weekend take care of business. That's it. And then go from there. We don't look towards the future. We just get ready for fights and take them one fight at a time. And that's what I was doing before, was looking towards the future too much and not what was in front of me. So that's what we're doing, is we're just thinking about Saturday night. That's it.
I've worked with you many times from a commentary position as an analyst, and stylistically, as I pointed out, I mean, is this just going to be a non-stop back and forth fight? Because I know you like it, and I know that he's been involved in many memorable Fight of the Year candidates. Is that what we're going to see on Saturday?
Oh, you're going to see a great fight no matter what. Whether it's on the outside, it's on the inside. Myself and Victor come to fight all the time, so it's going to be a fight that everybody's going to benefit from, and might be the show stealer.
Victor, do you go ahead and when you're training for a fight like this, does it excite you more that you're like, listen, I know Robert's going to bring it. I really got to train hard and be at my best because I know what he brings and I know what I'm capable of?
Well, I would never in a million years expect Robert the Ghost Guerrero, the warrior, to not prep correctly. I'm expecting the best pound for pound in him. I know. I've looked up to him. Southpaw, I mean, come on. Respects all the way around, from my team to him to his team. So.
What is going to be the difference in the fight against Robert?
I'm coming out victorious. 2 babies.
Vicious Victor Ortiz. Robert, for you, same question. What do you feel is going to be the difference in your fight against Victor Ortiz on Saturday night, co-main event of Pacquiao and Ugas?
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm coming out to fight, coming out to win, and that's what we do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, all 3 fights on our pay-per-view card. Give it up for them. What a fantastic card from top to bottom, Pacquiao and Ugas. We want to thank all the fighters for joining us right now. They are going to face off and have their ceremonial stare-downs against Saturday night's event, brought to you by MP Promotions and TGB Promotions. We go live on pay-per-view, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time. It is Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view. A tremendous card from top to bottom. Carlos Castro against the former world title challenger Oscar Escandon. Also the Philippines against Mexico as Mark Matsayo takes on Julio Ceja, and Vicious Victor Ortiz and Robert the Ghost Guerrero in the co-main event, a 10-round welterweight showdown. Now we will have photos for the ceremonial stare-downs. Thank you, everybody.
Escandón. Let's go, champ. he act like this gonna be a sparring match more than a fight because they buddies.
Friends.
These are the kind of fights I don't like seeing. Where you get that t-shirt? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let me see. It's your boy Rick Muhammad, Brawler Sports Media in the building. My associates, 3kingsboxing.com, Studio 9. We live here at the press conference of the Undercard for the Manny Pacquiao versus Yordenis Ugas. You see all of the Undercard fighters up on the stage. This press conference has ended.
Brawlers, baby.